to a new episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 254. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
He's
actually here.
In town.
Here.
See?
Ow.
See? Quit it.
Yeah, look at that's my good shoulder.
It's the only part of his body that isn't broken.
Into the pops.
What was that from?
What? What is
Yeah, what is that from? I feel Ghostbusters.
It might be Ghostbusters.
It just kind of, he just rocks. It was when he, all right, here we go. It's when he walked in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
In the library.
Yes, yes. He's like checking everybody. There's a guy just standing there not moving.
And he's right in the beginning. And I have that pop out right there of the ghost.
There you go.
So, all right. So there we have it, folks. Yes, Anthony's in town.
I am.
Do you care to share? I mean, at this point, it happens beforehand, but...
Yeah, well, I'm a few days out from running the New York City Marathon.
I don't know why, but yeah.
You know what? I don't even know why. Because my body has basically told me to stop the entire time.
Run for fun.
Run for fun. What is that?
But
I don't just play video games, folks.
Well, we could have talked about maybe stadium events and world-class track meet, I guess.
No, those are too exhausting.
The power pad,
yeah,
just get on the floor.
No, can't handle the power pad. I'd rather run straight.
Yeah, that's true.
Like forward motion, please.
So, but nevertheless, good luck.
Thank you.
In the marathon, we'll be rooting for you.
Thank you.
So I'll drive next year. We do a live podcast.
That could be really cool. We're at mile 13.
How you holding up, Larry? Well, I'm in a Vespa, so I'm doing just fine.
It'd be great. You have a little horn. Tell people to get out of the way.
Meep.
Excuse me.
I'm delivering pizza. But
actually, that would be good motivation in front of me.
Matt,
just like have a pizza open,
like the old Bugs Bunny cartoons, and put a carrot in front of the mule.
Yeah, but forget the carrot. Give me a pizza and a good New York pizza.
Yeah, there's only. That's trust me, only one.
Yeah,
Brooklyn,
definitely.
Garrison Avenue. So yes, good luck at the marathon.
Thank you.
In all honesty,
thank you.
And but as we record today, it is Halloween.
It is Halloween.
Literally Halloween.
No, it is literally Halloween.
Yes.
And obviously one of my favorite holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love
You're
it.
a psychopath.
Because sociopath.
Sociopath. I'm
different.
sorry.
Sociopath.
My bad.
Yeah, I have no feelings. But no, Halloween is always a fun time of year. You got your spooky stuff all over the place, which is really cool. And I'm a big horror movie fan, so like this is like my month.
Okay.
Which is always great. And then of course horror games.
Yes.
Horror video games, survival games, which we always tend to talk about this time of year for obvious reasons.
We
always
do.
Fun. But what I was trying to think of while we were putting together, what we were going to talk about today.
While you were beating my high score?
Well, while I was beating your high score in Miss Pac-Man, because that's what I do every trip. Every time I come to Larry's, I have to top his high score in Pac-Man. And I have to say, it's pretty easy.
Well, now we have a new high score. So.
Yeah, there is a new high score, and it is mine.
What?
So that's Larry's horror dream come true. Or nightmare. But one of the things I always like to talk about, horror games. But
yes.
I was thinking specifically, like, I don't know, and it's not specific to a horror game, but the scariest moments you can remember from a video game. Because not all video games have to be horror to have scary moments.
No, true.
Like, perfect example, like in Super Mario World, the first time you realized that you murdered Yoshi when you dropped him into a pit.
I never put two and two together on that one until later on, when you realize that you're this poor animal just being subjected to you.
Yeah, and it just makes you wonder how all the other animals there didn't gang up and kill you at a certain point. Because, you killed like 200 of our brothers.
A lot of them.
On the road to beating Bowser.
A lot of them. It was ridiculous.
It's crazy.
I like some of the moments from horror games, and it's gonna go to Resident Evil.
Of course.
And I remember it specifically when I got the remake on GameCube of the first Resident Evil, and I was playing it, and I had the lights out. I was just playing the game.
That's the way to play that game.
And the way I remember it is just a rock being thrown through the window. Apparently it was a dog, but I remember a rock. But be that as it may, when that went through the window out of nowhere, I'm like, yep, nope, I'm going to put the controller down.
I'm done.
I am done for the evening. And apparently, since I bought that game, because I've never went back.
That was it? You never went back?
I never went back.
So the dog did you in just like that?
I guess so. Or what I thought was the rock.
Oh, well.
Not the rock,
but
a rock. Yeah.
It just comes through the window. Rock bottom.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other, kind of...
Well, staying on the Resident Evil one really quickly before you switch over. I was thinking of... That's always the moment that I remember because it made me jump. Because I played it on the original PlayStation. I remember sitting in my room in the dark playing it because I'm like, oh, this would be cool. I'll play a horror game in the dark. The minute that happened, I jumped off my bed. I was like, what? I was like, but also at the very beginning of Resident Evil, when you see your first zombie, they do like a pan in on the face and the slow motion turn. Like that was a really cool moment. Like, that basically showed you this game is something different.
And you hear like
really
just
cool.
that.
It was really, really good. And then it takes like 10 headshots before he goes down.
Honestly, it's wicked. I remember. I'm trying to pull up. There was actually an article that I'm trying to find. That's why I'm not looking at the thing.
Of scary moments.
Or like the scariest game, like even on the Switch right now.
Oh, okay.
But
I was going to say Silent Hill is another one.
Silent Hill, and we talked about it. It was funny. Silent Hill was scary, but because of like programming limitations.
Yes.
And that's really what caused it.
And it was smart.
No, very smart.
Very smart.
The whole reason why the fog is in the first game was because they couldn't get the town to render. So to mask that, they would put the fog in. It would render in the background. Then it would show up, and inadvertently, that ended up making the game.
It made the game super scary. But then on top of that, like the creatures they created for it, like Pyramid Head and like the nurses with like the barbed wiry
something like around their eyes or something.
Yeah, it was just like just all kinds of creepy. And I actually remember when the movie came out. Yeah. I went to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, and they did a Silent Hill maze.
Ooh.
And it was really good.
That sounds
like they had
cool.
the Pyramid Head guy, and he was on stilts, so he was big. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, no, that's actually a lot of the cosplay from Silent Hill ended up being some wild Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Wild cosplay.
Yeah, because the creatures in that are definitely original.
As far as like just tense moments, I'm trying to remember. I remember for me personally that kind of got my blood kind of running, my heart running. And again, it's not a scary moment, but I guess I was a child, so I guess it was kind of scary. When I finally beat Contra, like that first time, you get up to that beating heart.
Oh, yeah.
And just the more...
gross.
Oh, totally. And the more you shoot at it, the faster it's beating. Mm-hmm. And I remember getting all hyped up. Again, I was a kid. And I'm like, I have to do this. I have to do this. Yep. And like and trust me, I didn't do it on my first shot, obviously. No. So I died multiple times. Yeah, definitely. And I died just multiple times. And I'm like I'm getting tense as like a 9-year-old or whatever when I'm playing the game. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I finally beat him, I was like, all right, you gotta stop playing games for a little while because your heart rate is off the charts. So but I remember that was tense.
I remember that. Tense. I remember when I first played Clock Tower on PlayStation. Ooh. Now I love that game, even though it's a very slow game. It's like a really story-oriented game. You're basically walking your way through a slasher movie. Yeah. But Scissor Man, who's the bad guy in that, like. The coolest thing about that game is like the idea is like you have to survive certain scenarios with him, and you do that by hiding in places. But you never know if he's gonna find you in there, and then he would find you in there, and then he would just freaking kill you with the scissors. I was like, and you're sitting there, and you're just like, oh god, is he gonna find me? Is he gonna find me? Is he gonna find me?
We can kind of relate it to something more modern, and we're not gonna give any spoilers, but you beat Metroid Dread, and the Emmy in that is just. It's
super tense. It's super tense.
And I remember feeling tense just watching the trailer when it was announced, and then finally playing it. Yep. And forget about, obviously, they get more difficult as you go along, but just knowing they're tracking you, and then running like hell when they find you, it was...
No, that part's fun, and even when you get the ability, like when you have the opportunity to kill them, I'm not gonna give it away, but like, and you start to try and do it, and they switch you into that slow-mo.
Yes.
And you're just like, oh god, am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? Do I have enough time before he gets to me? And then it's like, no, shoot, and then you run off. And it's like, yeah, no, it definitely has tension.
Yeah. And any of those type of games that like have a chase, where something's chasing you. That's a dream that we've all had. Yep. That we've woken up in a cold sweat.
And I play that regularly with Dead by Daylight.
Dead by
Daylight is all about that. But like even in that game, like scary moments are like Michael Myers in that game can stalk you, so you don't hear him coming. So like you're sitting there and like, Dead by Daylight, you have to fix these generators. You're working on a generator and you turn your camera around and then he's just right there staring at you. And literally you jump out of your skin because it's like, oh crap. I was like, Michael's
selling Bibles.
And then you just start running. Selling Bible? No, he wants to go into space. Like Shatner. It's like, I have a Shatner mask. Why can't I go into space?
And like Shatner, he's now Inside Out.
Yes, exactly.
I'm trying to think of some other, like, just those tense moments, like you said, but a lot of times, like, something's chasing me. Yep. But nowadays, with a lot, because I've got a couple of them on the Switch, like these movies that are games, and we're talking like with actual actors and actresses, they're actual film, but it's a game. It's basically you choose your own adventure.
Yeah, you make your decisions,
and
that's like the Dark Anthology series that's on PlayStation. Have you played those?
I heard of it.
I played the first one. The first one's decent. Or what was the name of the game with Hayden Panettiere? I played through it. Until Dawn. That was like one of the first ones that it was like that. And I go, and it was awesome. It was actually Hayden Panettiere and Rami Malek was in that too.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Really
I have one is called Control. No, wait, Control? It's either called Control or the something. Now I can't remember. I'll look it up.
I think Control might have been...
Control is something different.
Yeah, no. I thought there was a series. It was like Control and then Detroit Become Human. It was like from the same company.
There is, but this one I bought right before the pandemic.
Okay.
And we were talking about this last night when we went to dinner. It stars the girl from Letterkenny, the sister.
Oh, okay.
How are you now, Katie? Michelle Milette. And it is called...
She's funny.
She's actually very funny on the show.
Really
but
funny.
in this game, it was... and it's on all consoles. God help me, I'm never going to remember the name of it. But in any event, it's basically what happens is the Complex.
Okay.
That's what it's called. The Complex.
The Complex.
Did they make an actual movie out of it? Anyway, so it was the first game of this type that I played. And the problem is I played it right at the beginning of the pandemic, and it's all about... like, you know, they're working in a bio lab, and like this virus that they're trying to keep contained and everything. We might have to pause this. So, we'll just do that. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So we still got time.
I'm currently in line to talk to who am I talking to? Like an airline.
A robot.
Yeah, an airline agent on chat. So they may interrupt our feed.
They might.
And you know what? And maybe I'll just talk to them while we're recording.
Why not? Yeah. Well, you're currently 11th in line, so we got some time.
We have some time.
So, you know, with this, and you know, especially playing it at the beginning of the pandemic, you're like, oh, this is hitting home. This is hitting home pretty bad. Yep. But with those games, and it's full motion, and you choose your adventure, and you hear, like, the panic setting in the characters, and you kind of, like, want to play the game, and you're trying to make the right decisions, and it does suck you in.
Yeah.
Since then, I've bought, like, 2 others. I can't remember the names, and I haven't played them yet. But I'm looking forward to it. But something like that really got me into it as well.
Yeah, there's one sequence in Until Dawn I was just thinking of where it's with one of the characters. Because the cool thing about Until Dawn, what I like is like I think there are like 7 characters.
Okay.
And at some point you're controlling each one of them. You know, and you're basically your decisions determine whether or not they live or die.
Okay.
You know, but there's one sequence I remember where this girl like she's in a mine shaft or whatever it is underground. And
Baby Jessica.
Yeah, and this exactly. You know what? I think her name was Jessica. Ooh, how fitting.
If you're old enough to remember Baby Jessica, welcome to the club.
It's like welcome to our lives. But the killer or whatever it is starts to chase her, and you're in this chase sequence, and you have to make decisions as she's running for her life. And I'm like, I'm like sitting there, I'm like, go this way, hide in there. And so you're there. Oh, she's dead.
All right, we're back. And
sorry about that little interruption, but I got my flight all.
You're going home.
I'm going home in. I don't know if in one piece. But
or when at this point.
Yeah, at this point, who knows? There was a big mystery surrounding my return flight, and I got all squared away.
Giant Doberman involved. It was weird.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. Maybe snakes on a plane. I don't know. But before we were, I was talking about Until Dawn and the chase scene. But Until Dawn to me was like just a really solid horror game that played out like a movie, and it was really, really cool. Definitely.
No, definitely cool. And what I have real quick while I was waiting, I was able to pull up, and this is a list from Nintendo Life, the scariest game on every Nintendo home console.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm curious to see if I have played or just owned them all.
Let's find out.
Probably not the Wii one.
On the NES, a game called Sweet Home.
Alabama?
Almost.
I've actually heard of Sweet Home. It's an incredibly rare game. It's very hard to find.
Some people call it a prototype Resident Evil.
Yes.
It was on the Famicom. December 15th, 1989. Looks like it was released from Capcom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one that I definitely need to like pick up or find like a way to play that game.
Oh no, totally. There's actually some honorable mentions, but we'll just stick to the list.
Nah, stick to the list. What do we got for Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo, Clock Tower.
Hey, what? That was on PlayStation.
That was on Super Nintendo as well.
Oh wow!
Only in Japan.
Oh, only in Japan. I was gonna say I couldn't imagine that game fitting on a Super Nintendo cartridge, but okay. Because that game had like 12 different endings and like all that. Yeah, it was.
There's almost as many endings in Clock Tower as there are ways to die.
Yes,
and definitely Super Famicom.
No question.
For the Nintendo 64, a game that I had, Resident Evil 2.
Oh man, I think Resident Evil 2 to me was the epitome of the series.
Oh, totally.
It was just it. I don't want to say it peaked, but it definitely like that's when it hit its stride. I mean, that second one was just amazing.
For the GameCube, which I think Rich talked about this before, Eternal Darkness.
I want to play that game so badly. It's been on my list of games to play since I had a GameCube, and I just never bought it.
And I think it's expensive, unfortunately.
That one I think is worth paying for. So we'll see.
Honorable mention: Resident Evil. Remember the dog corridor? Yep. Everyone remembers the dog corridor.
Yep.
I don't. I remember it as a rock. So
a rock that barked and ran at you. Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. And that's why the remake only has the window panes crack but not shatter on your first time through.
Interesting.
Wow, I've regressed something. On the Wii, Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
Yeah. Wow, I've never. Well, the
Silent Hill Wii.
Yeah, as I said, well, the Silent Hill series is one of those series where like I really need to go back and play.
Yeah, right.
I played a little bit of the first Silent Hill, but never played it all the way through, and then I just never went back. But like, yeah.
Up next for the Wii U, this is via the Wii U eShop. Lone Survivor, the director's cut.
I don't even know what that is.
That's more like even though it's on the Wii U, it's an indie like 16-bit side scroller almost.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
It's a 2D apocalyptic adventure. Scavenge for food, try to get a good night's sleep if you can. Do your best to hide in the shadows from half-formed fleshy shapes.
Ooh. So that sounds like fun.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then on the Switch eShop, a game called Sunless Sea Submariner Edition.
No idea.
There's nothing scary about a little boat out on the dark green sea.
Oh, okay.
It's a game where human souls are delivered by the crate and possible children made to snow. I don't know what that means.
Oh.
And blood and teeth slowly melt away on your travels.
Little children turn to cocaine?
Maybe. That'd be wild.
That's a different kind of horror game.
So, and then that's none of the handheld games.
Okay.
But pretty interesting. I mean, some honorable mentions. I will mention them. Alien Isolation. If you're aware of it,
that's a good one.
La Place No Ma. I'm guessing
I don't know what
Japanese.
that is.
Resident Evil on the GameCube.
Yep.
And a game on the Wii U, Project Zero, Maiden of Black Water.
I've actually heard of that one.
Apparently, anything that's on the water.
Anything on the water is scary.
Which makes sense because I refuse to go on a cruise.
Oh, really?
I will not. I won't even go on the Jericho cruise.
Wow.
Something being intense. And my father did a lot of stuff on the open water. Like he's got a history on the USS Kane. But me, I want nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Also because the toilets always break down, it seems like.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
Cruise. So
I don't know. I've been on one cruise and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, everyone loves them.
Yeah, they're fun.
So let us know some of your favorite horror games, and we got some classics. Actually, fun to mention. I didn't watch it yet. New episode of Angry Video Game Nerd, and he talks about Halloween and I think a Jason game and a Freddy game on the computer on the Commodore.
Yes, because
he's been doing Commodore episodes.
Well, I was actually going to bring that up because. Okay. One of the scariest moments I've ever experienced in a video game was when my cousin was playing Friday the 13th on the Commodore 64.
Does it play anything like the NES version or something like that?
No, completely different. So you're on the campgrounds and there are a bunch of camp counselors all around. One of the camp counselors is Jason, but you have to figure out how to determine who it is before he kills off all the other counselors.
I feel like you were telling me this, or maybe we talked about it with the Jason. No, like how to update Friday the 13th for the modern consoles.
Oh yeah,
or something like that. I think that's probably where you got the idea from.
Yes. So, well, no, because that was going to be a mode in the Friday the 13th.
That's
game
what it was. That's what
before
it was.
The whole lawsuit thing happened.
Gotcha.
Where one person was going to be hidden. And became Jason when you find the mask. So, but in the game, you have to figure out who Jason was, and at a certain point in the game,
assuming it was the council with the mask,
right? I would think so, but no. So, but what would happen is, if Jason killed off all the other counselors and you were the only one left, this screen would pop up of a guy getting beheaded, and it was just like a machete and the head like flying off, and I just remember like. He was playing the game, and then this thing pops up, and this, sound comes out, whatever Commodore sound it was, to make it sound scary. And I friggin' like jumped 3 feet because I was like maybe 7.
Oh yeah,
years old.
Of course. Why were you playing those games at that age?
I wasn't. He was.
Oh, okay,
I was watching over his shoulder. I was at home playing my games. But I just remember jumping back, and that was friggin' insane. And then other Commodore games.
Freddy, you remember?
Yeah, there was a Nightmare on Elm Street game on the Commodore that was based off of Part 3, Dream Warriors.
Okay.
And you actually got to choose like which Dream Warrior you wanted to be.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, yeah, and you were walking around the neighborhood and stuff. It was actually really interesting.
Was that anything like the N6? The NES version?
Nothing like it.
There you go.
No, the NES games were completely like new.
Okay.
Yeah, new versions. And then there was a Halloween game on the Atari 2600, which was incredibly lame.
Oh, that's a classic one. Of lore and everything.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. Did I ever have a horror game like that?
Yeah. Did you ever?
I don't think so. Especially not for Atari. No, because I wasn't into horror, so I didn't.
Yeah. See, I started watching horror movies when I was like 5 or 6. So.
Okay.
What?
Oh no, that's a lie. I mean, I did watch Ghoulies, and I didn't poop for 3 weeks. So
lightweight.
Ghoulies freaked me out. Like, I don't want to be on the toilet.
No. Okay.
But no, I'm trying to think. I really never really had any horror games
until like Resident Evil.
Basically, no, honestly, yeah.
So you were pure.
No, I really like.
So you were like 18.
No, I won't lie. Even now, if I'm watching like a horror movie, I don't know why I would be, but if I was watching a horror movie and I know something's happening, I'll start to look at the upper corner of the screen.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, I'm not good with jump scares.
I'll remember that when I film a horror movie to put something in the upper corner of the screen. Because you're gonna have to watch it if I ever shoot one.
I don't know how some of these people even act in these movies. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's great. You know, it's funny when you read interviews about that. I was actually just reading an interview about Scream, the first one, because it's the 25th anniversary now. And then the new one's coming out. And they were actually talking about how, like, they're like, when you're making a scary movie, it doesn't feel like you're making a scary movie. Because they're all having fun just on set and everything like that. So it's like, it's nothing to them. It's just the way that we see it.
Exactly.
Where it's like super scary. They're just like, they're acting, but otherwise like off of it. They're like, yeah, for the most part, they had a good time. I was like,
I will say that. Do you see the trailer real quick? Do you see the trailer for that movie, The Black Phone?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, it's great. Like, long story short, kid gets kidnapped, stuck in a basement. I think Ewan McGregor is the kidnapper.
Okay.
Stuck in a basement, but there's like an unplugged black phone in the basement with the kid, and the guy's just like, everything will be okay, but like, don't touch the phone, but it's unplugged. But then the phone rings, and long story short, it's his past victims calling the kid. But each victim got a little bit closer to getting out, so he has to wait for like the other phone calls to come in
to get out.
Yeah,
nice.
So
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
But no, I'm terrible with horror. So like, I'm good with the Resident Evil.
Maybe we should do like a series on the on our show of like you playing horror games, like really good horror games.
Probably,
that could be fun.
Maybe we will look into that.
Yes.
So, but let us know.
Making that list for 2022.
We'll figure something out for next year. But let us know some of your horror games and like favorite horror
moments.
Yeah. Because sometimes just some stuff just is
sometimes
creepy.
It's just a moment in a normal game where all of a sudden you're like, why did they put that in there to scare the hell out of me?
No, totally.
So, yeah.
But that's for Halloween and
like Night Trap.
Night Trap. You want to talk about pressure? Just try to play the game as pressure.
I know. Oh, the whole thing is not that pressure.
And at the time, being a 12-year-old trying to get to all the levels, all the scenes.
Oh, man.
Poor Dana played.
Just wanted to watch the movie.
So, but with that being said, we're gonna move on to just some news. We're just gonna talk about some stuff here. Some interesting stuff came out. Nothing really horror related.
What do we got?
Actually, kind of horror for Nintendo. Nintendo had a couple of tough stories coming out.
What did they do now?
First of all, Nintendo let me see if we can pull up some information. Nintendo just shut down their California and Toronto offices.
Yes, I saw that. There goes my future.
Let's see. So now the headquarters are Redmond,
Washington,
and Vancouver, which is like right across the street from each other.
Yeah, basically.
And well, at least we are moving more of our employees. So at least some people get to keep their job.
Some people get to keep their... Well, yeah, the ones where they basically say, move or else.
Toronto shutting down, and Redwood City, California.
Okay.
Doesn't really say much as to why further. Probably just money.
Yeah, I was just to say cost-cutting measures. They're just consolidating into 2 offices.
So, okay. So I'm quoting NintendoLife.com. Nintendo America's Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing, Nick Chavez, will be moving, revealed on LinkedIn. He's going to KFC and the Yum brand. Ooh. I'm assuming Yum owns KFC.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to work on the KFC video game console.
That would be
because
awesome.
that's yet to been released.
I know, and I want my chicken warmer.
I want that. You have no idea how bad I want that chicken warmer.
I don't even eat fried chicken
You
anymore.
hate fried chicken.
But I want a fried chicken warmer.
It's like 3 months after you buy the system. I'm like, Aunt, why are you like bigger than I am?
What I want to know is
I like my chicken.
At what point though does your console just smell like chicken all the time?
The grease has to be beyond repair, but it uses the heat of the PC to warm the chicken. It is
now. I'm
genius.
assuming you can't put physical games in this thing, right? It's digital.
No, I think it's digital only.
Yeah, because can you imagine like you pull like a disc out and it's like
dripping. Why is this drippings with goo?
It's like I have a fried disc. It's just like it automatically gets breaded and fried.
And I never worked for KFC, but I worked for my father, and we had a job in KFC. I told you.
I remember that story.
I won't say it here because KFC will sue me.
I think I stopped going to KFC.
I stopped eating KFC that day, yet they gave us a free bucket of chicken, and my father and his partner, ate the whole bucket. I'm like, nope, I'm good. So.
All good. Never again. I'm vegan.
So beyond that, the other problem is Nintendo, of course, the expansion pack just came out. The online expansion pack.
Yes. I've been reading up on that.
The premiere, like the reveal, not the reveal video, but like the official video to explain the expansion pack, is like a 3-minute video.
Yep.
Is now Nintendo's most disliked video on YouTube.
Yep.
And I still don't know why.
Let's explain why it's the most disliked video.
$50.
No, it's not even necessarily $50. That's the first complaint.
Yeah.
I disagree with that because I think for all the extra games you get, $50 for the year is fair.
I think it's very fair.
I think that's fine. The bigger issue is what came out after that when people started playing the expansion pack and there were lag issues with the game.
Yes, so
that's a big problem.
Issues with emulations. Yep. Yes, like Anthony said, lag issues, technical issues. I've played, now I have not deep dove into it, but I've been playing some of the games real quick. So far, so good. You know what? Since we're talking about Superfast, and you got to use, which I'm very happy it's compatible with. Mm-hmm. You got to use the N64 controller that I had from Nintendo, and how did it feel for you?
It felt great. It was like having the old N64 Nintendo, where I'm like, I wish I had a third hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the other piece, but no, it was it was very very cool, very easy to use, and to your point. I got to test it while we played Mario Party Superstars.
Yes, which is an awesome game. We'll talk more about that next week or in the future because you have to get it.
I still have to buy it and play. Yeah, I got to play through.
But thank you for helping me get coins and everything in the game.
Oh, you're welcome. Happy to help with that.
But yeah, so,
I won the one game we played. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, and honestly, by ridiculous, like 5 stars.
It was like 5 stars to 1.
But I had 122 coins, which I think is a record for me.
Well, I spent all my coins buying my stars.
They're $20 each. I don't want to hear it.
Well,
that's still 80. And you won a star.
And I won a star. But then
you stole one, actually.
Yeah, but did I steal one?
You did for 50.
I did steal one for
I'm
50.
sure the math will add up.
Yeah, when you add it all up, I made more. No, you actually did make more coins than me. It was like 30 more coins.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, except for the one game, I had to go head-to-head, and I accidentally bet 1 coin.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
That was fantastic.
That was awesome.
You
also lost a bunch of coins to Mario.
I did. Well, again, we'll talk about it in the future. But it's an awesome game. Definitely pick it up.
A lot of fun.
So, but yeah, going back to the expansion pack, all these issues or whatever, I haven't come across them. But I remember, like, when Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time came out on the 3DS. So it was the 3D version of the game.
Yep.
There was kind of like a warning almost saying not everything from the N64 version will be in this because of hardware.
Right.
Same with the GameCube versions. The bonus discs that we've talked about in the past for Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. Not everything works properly.
Right.
I feel like that's the case here, just someone forgot to put the warning up.
Maybe. But no. But the more serious nature of it is lag. You can't play a game when there's lag.
True. Which, again, I've yet to experience, so we'll see.
You also probably haven't played the games that have it.
No, I mean...
specific games are
they talked about Zelda. I tried Zelda. It felt all right.
Okay.
I tried Mario, and I tried another N64. I can't remember what the other one was. And again, so far so good, but excuse me, it'll probably be down the road. So we will see.
Well, I would assume at this point they're working feverishly to fix it.
Oh, I'm sure they're updating it. Yeah.
They have to if they're charging people for it.
We're sticking with the N64. This is some good news. 25 years later, GoldenEye 007 for the N64 is no longer banned in Germany.
Why was it banned in Germany?
It was banned in Germany because of the Media Harmful to Young Persons Act. In Germany. I cannot say that in German. Guten Tag. Yes, the game was banned because it was felt to be media harmful to young children.
Oh.
And yet Nintendo of Europe has been fighting this whole time.
They've been fighting for 25 years. 25.
Review process happened.
They should have just sent James Bond into Germany.
Well, it was Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, never mind.
No, actually, Pierce Brosnan is my favorite Bond. I gotta say, I loved his series of movies.
I don't know what to say to that because I don't watch James Bond movies.
Oh my gosh,
I've watched 2.
Which ones?
The first one with Sean Connery.
Okay.
And the Casino Royale one.
So, with Daniel Craig.
Yes. I saw part of the Pierce Brosnan one with Halle Berry, and it was stupid.
Oh, I think Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah. It was terrible.
Or Never Say Never Again.
I saw like maybe 30 minutes of it, and I'm like, this is garbage.
No, she wasn't in Tomorrow Never Dies, I don't think. But anyway, both Bond movies you saw, I think were called Casino Royale. Because I'm pretty sure the first one was Casino Royale, and then they used the title again for Daniel Craig's Casino Royale. So you've only watched Casino Royale.
I find that interesting. I don't think it was Casino Royale.
The first Bond movie?
The very first one.
The very first Bond movie? All right.
I don't know these things.
Give us a moment.
But this isn't video game related. Let's get back to GoldenEye.
God, I'm still recording.
Get back to GoldenEye.
So
GoldenEye. All right. So 25 years.
Actively requested by one of Nintendo European partners. Oh, there we go, partners. I wonder if this is to try and get GoldenEye onto the Switch.
Oh, probably.
So
that would be really cool if they did. First James Bond movie.
Let's see.
Dr. No.
Oh, it's Dr. No. I apologize.
Was it.
Then what the hell was Casino Royale?
It definitely wasn't there.
Maybe it was the first book.
Oh, maybe.
All right.
All right. So I've seen Dr. No.
Fun fact: Never Say Never Again is not in the official lineage of Bond movies.
Why is it there then?
Because it's a Bond movie, but it's not a Bond movie.
You know what? This is not a James Bond podcast, so I don't really want to ask. Let's move on.
It's a fun fact. I actually won a prize from knowing
that.
Yep.
Oh my god. All right, let's move on.
So hopefully we'll get 007 then on the Switch because that game was phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard. I tried playing it. It used to give me headaches.
Terrible.
I'm sorry.
Sticking to the scary news, we're getting some Luigi Mansion Lego sets, which I think is actually really cool.
That's kind of fun.
We're getting the Lab and Poltergust,
the
Haunt and Seek, and the Entryway.
I still have to. I played the first Luigi's Mansion while I was in Florida because a friend of mine loaned it to me
for the GameCube.
For the GameCube.
Okay.
And I was really enjoying it, and I need to get a copy so I can finish it now.
Yes, no,
I've never played it.
I've never beaten it. I've come far from beating it, but the first one was really good. The second one on the 3DS was really good, which you'll never have. But wait, did you ever download the third one on Switch?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, that one's a good one as well.
Yeah.
So,
but I definitely want to go back and play through the first one.
Yeah. But these Lego sets actually look really cool.
Yeah, they do actually look good.
So you can check those out.
You can check them out online. They're available to look at.
And also fun to note, which I just noticed the other day, I guess for Halloween, they are doing a free demo of Metroid Dread.
Ooh, nice.
So there you go.
Very nice.
Yeah, so some fun stuff coming out of there from Nintendo.
Cool.
Some other cool news that I saw. Bloodstained, which is kind of a horror thing, you know.
Such a good game.
You know, when you suck up all that blood in the thing.
Yeah, that part was a little gross.
I pretty much I think have to restart that game because I don't even know. I left off with
You were doing so well.
I finally defeated the
Vampire?
Nope. I'm assuming that's the end of the game anyway.
No,
the Carpenter.
Oh, that's right. You were stuck on the Carpenter.
But I feel like something glitched because I didn't get anything from him.
No, it didn't glitch. You're fine.
Oh, now I'm still stuck in the game. All right, anyway.
All right. No. You just go back and play where you're at. You'll figure it out.
It's like that's why my 12 hours on Dread, 3 of them are easily walking around.
Yeah.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Hours. You didn't hit 12. It's like 10. 15.
Oh, that's right, 10. Yeah, 10 plus. But you don't have the fastest time anymore.
I do between us.
Well, between me and you, yes. You beat it about an hour less.
Right, and that's all that matters. I beat it an hour and a half less.
Let's
be specific here.
Let me go play Miss Pac-Man. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is getting an update with a new character. Ooh. So there are other characters to play in Bloodstained, and I think they actually unlock different parts of the game than you could with so I gotta
Sonya,
whatever.
When is that coming up? Because I want to go back. I'll go back and play it.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of other just general updates, but they haven't announced who the character is, nor a date.
Interesting.
But they say this, quote, "We are excited to bring this update to you, and we'll have a full announcement." Oh, that's not the quote I wanted.
I'm suspecting
oh, here it is.
A couple of people in the game.
We can confirm that the new character is not from the world of Bloodstained.
Oh.
We have been working closely with a well-known partner to bring their character and a friend. Oh, and a friend into the game.
Ooh, I got
not
it.
who I thought it was.
I got it. It's a Belmont and Alucard.
There is no chance in hell you're gonna see
Castlevania hookup.
You really think Castlevania? I mean, the guy made Symphony of the Night.
Well, exactly. He's got a hookup.
See, I was thinking it was gonna be Shovel Knight.
No,
because Shovel Knight's in the game.
Yes, but no,
but still.
I'm thinking Castlevania.
All right, mark it, folks. Let's see what happens.
Well, imagine playing. Just look at the way the game plays.
Oh no, it's Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, you can very easily make. Yeah, I think Castlevania.
All right, we'll see. No date, but we'll see how that goes.
I'm excited about that.
And one more thing here, which I like. It's not Halloween related, but it is a throwback to our childhood. So big time.
Very cool.
Right now, one of the hottest mods to do with home games, home consoles, and everything for the old systems is putting transparent cover shells on them.
It is the new fad.
Now, if you grew up in the 90s, everything, it looked like you just got out of jail because everything was clear. Everything was see-through.
Yep.
Which, for a fun fact, prisoners, they had everything they owned. Cassette decks, television.
Clothing?
Almost. Well, I'm sure that was probably optional anyway. But any electronics
were see-through.
Were completely transparent and see-through for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But let's face facts. The phone. Everyone had a clear phone when we were growing up.
Had that.
I had one. I totally had one.
Wow.
But I
had a whale phone.
I remember.
Do you remember my whale phone?
I remember that phone. And you get a phone call.
That's not how whales sound, but okay.
Whatever. It was a dolphin.
It was like Free Willy. It was like up in the air like this. Like it was like jumping.
It's like you ever watched the down periscope when the guy's communicating with the whales in the submarine. Anyway, he did have a whale phone. Anyway, you gotta check out these. Gorgeous, clear, transparent shells.
Are you gonna change all of your systems now?
No, I'm not touching a thing. I gotta figure out. I gotta redo it again.
Oh, jeez.
As if I could have just owned one system that would have played 5 different games with one HDMI hook.
And it's almost as if you pre-ordered it and had it just waiting for you. Pre-ordered, paid in advance, waiting for you.
And cheaper than everything I ended up
And cheaper than everything you wound up buying. By a lot.
But I can play 10% more games than you can.
For now.
So, but yeah, no, there's a Super Nintendo we're looking at. I'm doing the editing, so hopefully I'll remember to put it up. I saw a Genesis one, which looked really cool. Mm-hmm. And we're talking clear or even a smoke color to it.
Yep.
So I think that's pretty cool. I would have loved to own something like that.
That's really cool.
That is sweet.
That is really, really
it's
cool.
It's never going to yellow.
No.
Hopefully. So.
No, it'll just get dingy.
I gotta figure out what that is. So yeah, transparent retro consoles must have 2021.
I'll pass. I just like keeping my consoles in their natural state. You know what I mean? I don't like to change them.
I definitely all my life I've done that except for the N64. If a special edition came out,
but you bought the special edition. Yeah. You didn't take your N64 and change it.
Oh no, because it voided the warranty. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's what's funny about it. Nobody should void the warranty, but right now, do you think they'd uphold that warranty?
Forget about it.
It's expired 20 years ago.
Where's that lifetime warranty?
Nope, no such thing.
So,
they meant for their lifetime. We're sorry.
Other than that, you know what? I'll talk about this because it's kind of like a zombie thing. There's a really cool video online where a Game Boy that was literally snapped in two. The board was snapped in two. Someone soldered it back together and brought it back to life.
Oh, wow.
So it's a zombie Game Boy.
That's awesome. So there's still hope for that Virtual Boy I sent you?
There is. I'm telling you. I'm going to put it back. I'm going to have Jake, Bill put it back together. Whatever his name is.
We're going to see him today.
That is true. I should bring it with me.
Bring it. I'll bring because I'm bringing him my broken Sega CD to fix.
We're just pointing out crap off.
I know, exactly. And then you just bring your Virtual Boy.
No, he looked at it. He was like, "There's no way this is coming back." I'm like, "All right."
Damn.
But definitely check it out on YouTube. Soldering a Game Boy Pocket, to be exact.
Very cool.
So
very, very cool.
From the dead. I actually knew a friend of mine, put his brother's original Game Boy in the microwave.
Oh my god!
And turned it on, and it was during a party. We were there when it happened.
Okay.
And we're like, "What's that smell? That smells like plastic." And it melted enough, but he was still able to play it a little bit.
That's awesome.
And then, of course, the very famous one that was involved during the Gulf War.
Yes.
They got blown up.
That's in a museum.
Well, it was at the Nintendo store in New York City.
That's right.
That still works. The thing got destroyed, but
that's crazy.
Still works. So pretty fun stuff. Other than that, I don't even know how long we're going, so I don't know if this is going to be way too short or way too long.
We're probably way too long.
So,
but before we call it a day, one other thing to bring up really quickly that I thought of, because we live streamed it on Friday Right? Was that 2 days ago? That was
Thursday. Day after your birthday.
Yeah, Friday.
It was Friday.
Yeah, so Friday, so we had live streamed because I had finally gotten the Polymega.
Yes.
My Polymega arrived. It arrived on my birthday. So it was like the best birthday gift ever.
They knew it. They planned 2.5 years to do that.
They knew it was my birthday, so they wanted to send it to me. It was really kind of them. So got it on my birthday. We did a live stream unboxing last Friday, so it's up on a page if you want to see it. Mm-hmm. And then we did a live stream right after that of just testing out the actual...
Just turning it on and playing it.
Yeah, turning it on and playing it, testing out the console, copying games over to it, like different games. So we tried like a Japanese PlayStation game, regular PlayStation, Saturn,
Sega CD, yep.
Just to see how it works.
You want to borrow my TurboGrafx one that's misprinted?
No. No, because you never get back until I fix it. But so anyway, so played through it and everything like that. As I told you, I was super impressed by it.
And trust me, folks, that is a seal of approval.
Yeah,
if he says it,
I'm such a grump. I really am. Like I mean, I'm snarky on the show. I was like, but off of the show, it's like you give me something. I'm like, what is this garbage?
I'll tell you, I've known you for almost 30 years. You're tough, but you are enjoying the hell out of it.
No, I really enjoyed it. Like I really enjoyed playing it. It's so smooth. The menu screens are very easy very easy to navigate. The database is easy to navigate. Like everything about it so far has been really, really, really enjoyable.
And granted, I saw it through a streaming service through Facebook, so I don't even know if I got the pure form of it. But the games look crystal clear.
They are very clean. Yeah. They're very, very clean. So, and there are versions where like I think you can even update.
Yeah, like patches and stuff like that. Yeah, so.
Which is really cool. And then on top of that, like they're going to be doing firmware.
They will
updates so that Dreamcast may come.
Maybe they're talking about all the systems.
Yeah, they're talking about potentially Dreamcast.
A store.
Yeah, there's going to be a store where you're going to be able to buy stuff, which is really cool. So all in all, like, big fan of it, and also the most important reason to buy it. It saves me from keeping 5 consoles hooked up.
It really does.
It does.
Like
it's a good space saver.
I see you keeping the consoles on display, maybe.
Yes.
But not hooked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll have my own little museum.
Exactly. Which I would have done.
And that's what the Retro Freak did for me. Yeah. The Retro Freak took away all of my consoles. Yeah. All of my cartridge consoles. So now like I have that. I have this for my CD base, so I'm basically, was that the first 5 or 6 generations I'm set?
Something like that, yeah, because like Polymega said that like right now there's nothing from 6th generation on that they're going to deal with for now, which actually I don't mind. That's fine by me.
I'm fine with that. Yeah. It's like work your way towards it. It's fine. But but all in all, like very good. And then on top of it, maybe in the future I will get the Super Nintendo docking station pieces or whatever to add to modules. That's what they call them. But but right now, just for the base unit, the CD based games, totally. Yeah.
I was totally impressed.
I was very happy.
I'm not regretting anything, but I'm totally impressed.
Yeah, you're regretting it.
I regret nothing. That's a lie. I regret a lot of things.
I was gonna say,
but
you regret a lot of things, and when we turn this off, there'll be some
You'll have
tears.
to console me.
Yes, I'm sorry I brought it up again.
You'll have to console me.
I'll have to console.
Oh, God. Thank you.
On that note,
yes. All right. Ant, where can they find us? Why not? Do it live.
Right here.
They can. Like, don't tell them where I am. No, they know where I am.
Everybody knows where you are.
They do. Look at me. You can't miss me.
If you want to beat Larry's Miss Pac-Man score, here's his address.
Just strangers lined up outside the door. Name, number 54. You're ready? Number 54.
You guys can find us on Facebook.com/RetroGamersPodcast, on Instagram @RetroGamersPodcast, on Twitter @RetroGamersPod. You can watch us on YouTube and IGTV. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts, and you can email us all of your hate mail at email@theretrogamers.com.
And contrary to what it looks like, me and Anthony are actually sitting next to each other.
We actually are. It doesn't look right.
This says a lot from me. It really does. We're doing this bit again.
Yeah.
If you're tuning in late, if for some reason you start the podcast halfway in.
Start the podcast 6 minutes in.
It really says a lot from me, like I said. But in any event, Ant, it's great to have you here, in all honesty.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
No, truly. And good luck on the New York City Marathon.
Yeah, which reminds me, I will not be on the show next week. Larry will have a replacement.
Oh, that's a good... I didn't even think of that. No. I'll be next to you. I don't know if we talked about... Did we talk about this? I can't remember if we talked about this.
No, we talked about live streaming you on the Vespa.
That's right.
Right?
I'll be right next to you.
And we'll be talking
with a hoagie.
That'll be great.
No, actually,
you could technically follow me in the stands where people are.
Be cutting through.
Excuse me. Doing a podcast.
It's Curtis Lee we're doing here.
Doing a podcast.
Okay. But no, actually, thank you for... I didn't even... honestly, I didn't even think of that.
Well, I'm going to be busy.
So, well, Saturday you won't.
I'm going to be prepping.
He's going to be running in place for 9 hours.
No, doomsday prepping.
Next of kin. All right. Well, again, good luck and all joking aside.
Thank you.
With that, folks, we'll catch you right here. I will. Next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.